Remember when me take your virginity, first night at the ramping shop. You ball out when me force it in as the ramping start.
Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Boo Vintage, and today's video is a story time. So this is probably the most requested story time I've ever gotten, but I'm going to share it with you for a number of reasons. One, if you guys are avid subscribers, like if you guys watch like all of my videos and not just my story times, then you know I do something called the Botox segment, and in the segment I basically answer questions from my viewers and give them advice based on those questions, and a lot of the questions end up being relationship related. During Botox, I do a lot of talk about why sex is not just physical and why it's important to wait. And you guys saw my caught at 16 having my whatever the fuck my story is called. I don't even know what it's called. Caught having sex at 16. You guys saw that story. You guys love that story. Some people didn't like it, but at the end of the day, I shared that story because I wanted to let y'all know it's not okay to be doing what I was doing. So this story goes the same way. I definitely do not condone sex at 16. I lost my virginity at 16. I'm going to get into the story in a second. Sorry that I'm giving you like a mini rant at the beginning of this, not even a rant, a mini speech at the beginning of this video, but I think it's really important to stress that you should be waiting, and I wish I waited. And yeah, let's get into the story, okay? So basically at the end of the 10th grade, so because my birthday is in April 29th, hey Taurus, because my birthday's in April, I was 16 by the end of grade 10. So at the end of grade 10, I started talking to this guy who was a year older than me. I think he had just got out of a relationship. The girl didn't go to my school or whatever. I knew who she was. We had no bad blood or anything like that. And yeah, he wasn't a virgin. I was, obviously. And so yeah, we were just talking. We were building a friendship basically. And obviously when you talk to somebody, I don't know why we call it talk, like I don't know, like that's just our generation, we call it talking. But yeah, basically we were I was hoping it would lead into a relationship, which it did, but I'll get into that after. So we started talking at the end of grade 10. It was probably like May, so literally the end, because in Canada the school finishes in June. Anyway, for the summertime, we knew we weren't going to be able to see each other because I was actually leaving. As soon as school was out, I was leaving to go to Quebec on the foreign student exchange program. We basically went to Quebec, and the people that were in Quebec came to Ontario, and we lived at each other's houses. I lived at this French lady's house and basically worked for the summertime. It was with the YMCA, so I was working at a day camp with students, and that's neither here nor there. Like, that's not even a part of the story. The point is that we weren't going to see each other in the summertime, but we did manage to keep contact. Like, we did a lot of emailing and a lot of texting. I remember my phone bill got really high while I was in Quebec, because at that time there was no Canada-wide calling or anything like that, no matter where you were. Like, I could receive calls and it would be okay, but like if I were calling out, which I was, my phone bill skyrocketed. And so my mom had messaged me one day and she's like, your phone bill is like $300. And I was just like, okay. So I basically, because I was working, first of all, when you're 16 and you have a full-time job, you balling outrageous. I was fucking paid. So I was like, no problem, mom. And I e-transferred her the money to pay the bill because I felt bad that my bill was so high. But anyway, we kept contact all summer long. By the time I got back home, it was literally August and school was gonna start soon, but I knew that I had to go see him, so I did. So I went to go see this dude. Should we name him? This is the same guy from the My Friend Tried to Fight Me story. So I went to go see him. I messaged my friend Rita and I'm just like, I'm going to Travon's house. So meet me there in a little bit because I'm just gonna go hang out with him for a bit, and then I'm gonna come check you. I'm gonna come to your house. So she was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. I go to hang out at his house, and I promise this was the day that made me feel like I was ready to slut it up, okay? So I did it. This is not the day I lost my virginity. This is just the day that I felt, that made me feel like I was gonna lose my virginity soon, okay? Yeah, so we were in his bedroom, and it was hot as a motherfuck because it was the dead end of summer. Like, summer was ending. In Canada, in summer, it does actually get pretty hot. Like, it's not always snowing and shit, you know. Anyway, it was summer. I had a wicked fucking tan. I looked like a golden goddess, a fucking sun goddess. Like, I was cute as fuck. He was looking regular, you know. He wasn't looking like anything spectacular or nothing. But either way, the point is that because I was looking like a sun goddess, he asked me the big fucking question, and that was if I would be his girlfriend. And I was like, oh, yes, yes, put a ring on it, yes. Okay, so basically, it was this day that he asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes, and blah, blah, blah. Like, neither here nor there. This was my first relationship at this point. Like, I'm super excited because I hadn't been in a relationship before, especially not since high school started. And yeah, like, I was just happy as fuck, happy as fuck, happy as fuck. And I think the main thing too, and I've always been the type of person to like talk to guys for a long time before we actually make things official. So for the fact that we were talking from the end of the school year, we talked all summer, and then now that the new school year is about to start and he asked me out, it's like we were talking for a good 4.5 months before anything even happened. After he asked me to be his girlfriend, like, apparently I became some pro kisser. Like, the kissing was no longer awkward. It was just, it felt right. Like, it just felt real. It felt right. So yeah, we were making out or whatever. And because, I don't want to say whatever. So we were making out, and because I was a virgin and he wasn't, his little wee got a little hard, and he knew I wasn't ready, obviously. Like, he wasn't gonna try to like have sex with me the first time he asked me out. Like, he wasn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't that kind of, he's not the kind of guy. Like, he wasn't gonna like assume that just because I was making out with him and I was his girlfriend now that it was time to have sex. Like,
Netflix, time to have sex. Long time you have the road boy, you are sweet girl flex. Time to have sex. Look how long
it wasn't going down like that, okay? It was kind of awkward, right? Because first of all, I've never been in the presence of a man, boy, whatever, with a hard wee-wee. So it was just like, yeah, it just got really awkward, and it was funny, but at the same time it was just like, okay, yeah, like, I kind of felt like I wanted to leave at that point. Not because I liked him, but it was just like, this is awkward. So he kind of he was kind of trying to hide himself, and he was sneaking out the room, and then he was just like, I don't think you can help me with this at this moment, can you? And I was just like, nigga, like, no, okay. Yeah, he's like, I don't think you can help me with this, can you? And I'm just like, I was like, no, but I legit cracked up when he said that because he's just like a funny guy. Like, you know what I mean? He was just funny. So it was funny how he said it. He didn't say it in like a tone where I would feel uncomfortable. He probably made the joke so that I wouldn't feel uncomfortable. He ends up leaving, going downstairs, and then luckily my friend messaged me and told me that she was on her way. So I knew that she would be there soon because she actually lived up the street from him. So she walked, she messaged me, and I got ready to go. And then when he came back upstairs, by that time she was there, I guess. So I went downstairs with him. He walked me to the door and everything. Well, he walked me outside. Like, chivalry was alive and well. And as soon as my foot touched the fucking soil outside, I saw my friend. Like, I didn't run to her, but like I sped walk, okay? I sped walked to my friend. I put my arm around her neck, and I whispered in her ear, and I said, I'm going to lose my virginity to him. I can feel it. Like I said, that was the day that made me feel like I was ready to slut it up. So now we can fast forward to, that was like the backstory. So now we can fast forward to school starting, with probably like, what, 2 weeks later? I don't know. I know it was the dead end of summer. So school started, everything was going great. One night I was up hella fucking late. Like, I was up so late. I was on one of the phone calls where you had to like hide your fucking phone under your pillow if you hear somebody walking in the hallway kind of thing. Like, if you hear your mama up or something, it was one of those phone calls where you like throw your phone under your pillow and then pretend your ass sleep. So that's basically the phone call I was having. And on this particular phone call, our lame asses, me and Trevon's lame ass, were basically planning to the sex. Like, we were planning me losing my virginity basically. And like I said, I felt ready, so it was just like he was into me, I was into him, let's get her done kind of thing. Not let's get her done, I'm not using the right words here, you guys, but the point is that we were on the phone planning it. Like, bitch, get your agenda out, bitch, where's your calendar, mark this in your calendar, ho, it's going down, it's a date, don't be late. Like, legit calendar, okay? Like, we were legit scheduling it like it was an event, okay? Yeah, I'm buying tickets to this event, let's go, I want front row seats kind of thing. So we were planning to have sex at like 3 o'clock in the morning on a school night, okay? So it was it was ridiculous. So that was that night. Fast forward to the next day. At school all day, I was having anxiety attacks because these were the clear signs that I clearly wasn't ready. Well, obviously, you're gonna be nervous. I'm sure everybody's nervous when it's their first time, but I feel like your first time is supposed to be spontaneous and it's not supposed to be fucking planned, because this is not something that you should have to plan. Like, you shouldn't have to plan losing your virginity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fucking insane. Yeah, so the whole day at school, I'm like freaking out about the situation. I'm thinking about it, but I'm part of me is excited, but the other part was like, bitch, what are you doing? So I'm in class, it's the last period. I keep watching the clock because I know the minute that the bell rings, my nerves are really, I was literally trying to rid myself of the nerves all day, and I really could not. Like, I really couldn't, because how are you not going to be nervous? Like, nobody had ever seen my vagina, and I wasn't, I don't know, like, nobody had ever seen it before. Like, it was just a little flower. Like, I wasn't ready, but I thought I was. It was all lust. Like, it was legit all lust. So obviously, if you're having an anxiety attack before you're about to do something, whether it's fucking performing a recital or like presenting in front of the class, the point is, when you are going through emotions like that, it's like abort mission, bitch. Like, don't go through with it. No. But with me, the devil is a liar, okay? And I just felt like I'm a woman of my word. I can't back out now. We made the schedule, we planned it, nobody's gonna be at his house. Like, you know, I have to go through with this. Like, I have to. That's what I was telling myself. I was literally telling myself, I have to do this. Like, no, you don't have to do nothing, okay? And he didn't make me feel forced, but I don't know, I really, like, my thought process was, I'm a woman of my word. Like, no, bitch, sometimes it's okay to like back out. Like, I wish I backed out. Well, I don't wish I backed out, but I just, back then, like, I wish I would have been listening to myself. You know what I mean? So the bell fucking rings. It's after school. I can't even fucking think. My legs are definitely shaking. And I walk to my friend's locker, Rita again. I walk to Rita's locker. I meet up with her. We meet up with the guys. There's literally like probably 10 of us. And we proceed to walk home. I didn't walk with him on the walk home. I walked with my friends and he walked with his friends. Like, it wasn't like, we wasn't about to do all that holding hand shit. Like, no. Everybody went their separate ways on the way to his house. And then once we got to his house, we went upstairs. And I was 16 and completely and utterly uncomfortable with my body. I'm still not 100% comfortable with my body today at 20 something. Yeah, so I'm completely uncomfortable with my body. I'm not about to like undress in front of somebody, and he knew that. Like, he knew exactly what to do. So I was sitting on his bed and I had the cover over my lap. I was still fully clothed and everything like that, and he again made like a slight joke before he left the room, basically saying, you better be ready when I come back. Left the room. I removed my pants and my panty drawers, and I left my shirt on and my bra on because it wasn't going down like that. Like, no, I wasn't that comfortable with my body, with sex, with the, I wasn't even comfortable saying the word sex. Like, I wasn't comfortable saying pussy, vagina, like, no, I was a baby. Like, I wasn't comfortable with those things, but I was feeling hot and heavy, if you know what I mean. And I remember it being so freaking hot in that room, like no AC present, like none, zero. And it was September, but like it was still hot outside. It hadn't cooled down yet. So his house felt like a fucking green room, okay? Imagine that. Good thing I ain't had a weave or a perm back then, because my hair would have looked crazy. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I took off my bottom clothing and crawled under the sheets and laid down. I laid on my back and I was just kind of staring at the ceiling, anticipating what the fuck was about to happen. And he came back upstairs, lifted the sheet up, looked, and was flabbergasted at the fact that I was actually about that life. Like, I don't think he expected me to actually be ready at all when he came back upstairs. So he didn't waste any time. He strapped it up, of course, and then proceeded to try to locate my fucking pinhole. I'm calling it a fucking pinhole because that's exactly what the fuck it was. A tiny little ass pinhole that was about to have, well, you know what? It wasn't like he had some mandingo, like, no. This is so weird to, like, this is weird talking about this. I'm not even gonna lie. This is not comfortable. Like, y'all, I ain't comfortable right now. We're just gonna keep calling it a wee-wee, okay? We are gonna keep calling it a wee-wee. So, I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember seeing his Johnson because what? Should I say wee wee? Okay, I don't remember seeing his wee wee. I didn't look at the wee wee. I didn't want to see the wee wee, child. I was like, don't show me your wee wee. I don't need to see your wee wee. So I didn't see the wee wee. But like I said, I was laying on my back and he was on top of me trying to find the pinhole. Pinhole was nowhere to be found. And every time he was trying to shove it in, I was like, ow, 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 ow. Because it legit felt like it was going in my booty hole. Like, it felt like it was going in my, get your derriere and have some derriere. Like, it felt like it was going in my derriere. So, yeah, like, I don't know. The pressure felt weird. Like, it felt, I don't know. I guess that was just the pain that you experience. But yeah, every time he was trying to shove it, it wasn't happening. And so in those moments, I promise it was a good half an hour before the pinhole was located, okay? Which means the both of our asses was determined as fuck, because I don't know if I said this out loud or if it was just a thought in my head. Like, I honestly don't remember. But oh, I remember thinking, like, maybe this is a sign that it just ain't the day. Like, maybe I don't remember. I don't know if I said it out loud. Knowing me, I probably did say something along those lines out loud, and we probably just laughed about it. But that was God. That was God saying, get your ass, okay? So, while I was laying there, it was like there was a devil on one side of my shoulder, on my left. Devil's on the left, right? There was like a devil on my left side saying, yes, bitch, yes. And then there was an angel on my right saying, girl, if you don't get your little ass out this little boy bed, okay? But of course, I just ignored and proceeded to do what I came to do, because like I said, I'm a woman of my word. To this day, I'm a woman of my word. But sometimes you just gotta not be a woman of your word, like for realsies. For realsies, okay? So yeah, after ignoring the angel, okay, telling me to go, I eventually just relaxed my body, because I'm like, okay, I don't know if he took a Viagra. Why? Like, if I was a guy and I'm trying to get my wee wet and it's taking at about half an hour to locate the fucking hole, like, I'ma be soft as hell. But I don't know if this nigga done took a Viagra, but he was not soft and he was not giving up. So like I said, we proceeded. I eventually relaxed my body, and I'm generally tense, right? So like when I go to the nail salon, for example, I'll feel how tense I am, and the nail salon ladies will always hit me always to like basically to loosen me, and I feel how tense I am, and then I'll like loosen and then just let it be. I don't know why I'm so tense. It's like I clench my booty hole all the time. I loosened, I relaxed my body, and then once I did that, that's when the pinhole was located, and it began. And my initial thought, as soon as I had relaxed and it went in, I was just like, oh, this is not so bad. Like the way these bitches had described sex to me, you guys, like the way I had two white friends, and they had both lost their virginities really early. Like I was in the 11th grade when I lost my virginity. The two girls that had lost their virginities in the 8th and 9th grade had told me that it was uber painful, and I don't know if they was fucking a mandingo ass wee, but to me it was not that excruciating pain. Like they were talking about they couldn't walk after and blah blah. I'm like, who the hell was y'all fucking? Like, wait, I don't know. Either way, it was, my thought was like, oh, this isn't so bad. Like anyway, I could not wrap my head around what they were talking about, because I was just like, this easy. Like, wait, is there like a level up? Like I didn't get it, and I was just like, I wasn't disappointed because trust me, I was back the next day, but like, what is why are you laughing, babe? Anyway, we finished behaving badly and cleaned up, hung out for a little bit, and then I took my little thought ass home, and like that was it. So it was basically like, how do I put this? The only way to put this is that it was literally the biggest waste of 4 minutes spent on or spent with a nigga that, well, one, I can't get that 4 minutes back ever again in life, and two, I don't even speak to, let alone like know anymore, the nigga that took my virginity. Well, obviously I know him, but like I don't speak to him in 2016. So it was like those precious 4 minutes of my life, my box, you know, giving him my virginity. Like, what a waste. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously when I was in that relationship, I was thinking, oh, this gonna last forever, because that's what 16-year-old girls do. But that is why on this channel I urge you guys to stay virgins for as long as possible. Like, it was unnecessary for me to go to his house that day. It was unnecessary for us to plan the sex. It was unnecessary for me to lose my virginity at 16. And I really don't like the idea. Like, that's why I will be open with my future children, because I don't want them to be out in the world doing what the fuck I was doing. Like, I would be crushed if my daughter lost her virginity at 16 years old. Like, no, bitch, you gonna be a virgin till the day you walk down the fucking aisle. Like, I ain't having it. Like, I'm really not. I will beat my children. I grew up in a home where I got fucking straight up licks. I will beat my children until they're fucking 18, and then they can do what the fuck they want, but not really. Like, I'm still going to instill it in them why it's important to stay virgins and not just lose your virginity to the first boyfriend you fucking get, which is what I did. And I'm not gonna say I regret it. I don't regret losing my virginity, because obviously now I can come and fucking share with y'all and preach to y'all to keep yo's. But if I could go back and change things, I definitely would have stuck to my original self, which was my grade 9 and grade 10 self, where though I liked boys, I was not thinking about sex. I was preaching abstinence. Can you imagine that? But like I said, I got some titties and it was a wrap. So that's what happened. That's my losing my virginity story. It was 4 minutes of foolishness. And yeah. Yeah. Like, It would have been nice if I had kept my virginity and could have given it to my husband instead. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
To me.
Shooter said he wants it. So yeah, that's basically it. So moral of the story is don't lose your virginity, because chances are the guy that you lose your virginity to is not the guy you're gonna fucking marry. Unless you like are like super like southern and like you're a Southern belle and he's a Southern guy, and like, you know, y'all have like kids at 14 and 15. Like, hell the fuck no. Like, hold that shit. Like, no. Keep your virginity sacred as a mother. Keep that shit close to your heart, closer than you would keep a burrito to your mouth, okay? That's how I feel about that. Anyway, I do love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. We're at 52K, and I absolutely, right? Are you? Absolutely adore each and every one of you. Thank you so much for just showing me your love. And I'm gonna keep reminding y'all, my birthday is in how many days? 26 days. So please send your love to my P.O. box. I will have it in the description box for you to check out. And I don't mean like send me gifts and stuff. Like, I just want like cards and shit. I mean, if you sending me a gift, I ain't gonna trip. But I just want like cards and stuff. And I will definitely be opening them and reading them on either, well, they said they wanted them on YouNow, so I'm gonna do them on YouNow. But I'll probably also do a video too. So I do love you all, and I will see you in the next one.